Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King CJ, and today I want to go ahead and speak on a topic I don't think most people want to talk about. I'm going to talk about it though. I think it's time that maybe we should start buffing Storm. So if you want to stick around and hear what my ideas are, stick around at the video and leave a like if you agree with these. If not, if you feel like she's already too OP, then you let me know. Either way, your comment is accepted. On to the video, let's go. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's get talking about this buff that I want for Storma. Hopefully we get it. Okay, so for first starting off, I know let's go with the first rebuttal. I understand what a lot of you guys are gonna say, but CJ, she's already OP in PvE. But CJ, if you
damn.
you can get the bubble build, she's already OP in PvP. What more do you want? Well, that more like a mage that is more AoE damage, right? So that's kind of how she works. She's fulfilling her role to the extent of what it is. So I don't really think that she's broken in PvE. I just feel like there's no game modes yet that stands out for other people. Like if we had a game mode that was solely on single target damage, I guarantee you she would not be the best there. There are multiple characters that have better utility than her, all defense down, damage taken, all those things. She's pretty bare bones. So this is something I do want to hit on inside of her kit that can help her out a little bit more. So let's over here, I want to go to her skill set. Now as far as you know, things like PvE goes, because you're going to use this skill in PvE. I feel like this skill right here should have some sort of, you know, damage, maybe like a damage increase taken, kind of like, you know, Captain Marvel has a skill like that, where if you use it, it increases damage taken to the boss. It could have like maybe it could have like something I like to say, let's say, you know what, let's not even do that, let's do this. How about we actually change this lightning damage, right? Because in my opinion, it does not make sense that lightning decreases attack. Like, does that make sense to anyone here? I can't be the only one who sits here and thinks that this does not make sense. And on top of that, it's only like 30%. So here's what I say: if we're gonna keep it this way, then I need to see this buff to 60% decrease. We're already so squishy. In PvP, we don't have any utility. So I feel like maybe we should bump this shock right here should be 60%. Bare minimum for it to even make a difference, you know what I mean? Or at least let it stack atop each other, you know what I mean? If we got one stack that's 30%, another stack it goes to 60%. Now I do want to hit on some of her wind abilities, right? Because a lot of her wind abilities, they're just there just to be there. They're just AoE fodder, unfortunately. However, I feel like a lot of her wind skills should have way more potential than what it does. For an example, I feel like her wind skills, we all know what wind attacks are, right? Wind attacks, they shred, they push things back, right? They shred through defenses. So I don't know if you guys ever seen Naruto.
Wind ninjutsu are often performed by a person forcing their chakra to become incredibly thin and, by extension, incredibly sharp. Wind release techniques typically deal a lot of cutting damage, as you'd expect. Regardless of the scale of the technique, a wind release jutsu will typically always cut up anything in its path. Whether it's a
video up on Naruto, but Naruto, the way that they explain their nature transformations or nature skills, it makes sense. Wind is supposed to be thin, it's supposed to cut through things, it's supposed to be a force of nature. So it highly baffles me that none of her wind abilities have the highest guard break. So I feel like maybe we should have some of these skills should definitely be, I think in all honesty, I think all of her wind abilities should be high to highest. And that's not even that many. It's just these right here. There's only like 2 slots for those, but high to highest, bare minimum. That should be what a wind ability does. I'm not seeing why it shouldn't be that as far as, but you know, we have Captain America with the shield that does it. Like, would you rather get hit with strong winds or a shield? You feel me? Like, And when I mean a strong win, I mean like a super strong win. Like, come on now. That definitely needs to be taken up a bit. I also want to see one of these tornado skills give an all defensive down on the boss. There's zero reason why when that cuts as thin as paper should not have all defense down. That's definitely one thing that I do want to get rid of right there. Now, as far as these go right here, there's one thing I do have to say. I like these buffs, but I was thinking maybe if this is just something on the side for the devs if they want to, maybe have one of these give us a damage increase. That'd be great. Maybe make this first one, because do we really need this one increases defense and this one increases defense? I don't think there's no need to have two of them that does the same thing. Maybe have this one increase attack for us, give us some more damage utility, because we literally have none of that. And I feel like maybe we do need that, in all honesty. As far as these skills go, I think these are fine with what they are. So I'll keep them right there. Now, let's go into more of the PvP side of things, right? So when we play PvP as a Storm player, you're at an automatic loss when you queue up, right? Because on base we have no utility. We have the damage for sure, but it's all locked into one skill. So if that one skill is missed, you're basically out of luck. Well, I already said. I said we had no utility. We have no target off. So these are two suggestions that I want to give to the devs. And just to show you guys, I'll show you guys my rankings and the set PvP, so you guys understand that I'm not just someone that's here to complain. As you see, I am Diamond 2, and I am top 50 in Omega Wars, so I'm not complaining just to complain. I do fairly decent with my Storm of what I have, and on top of that, I'm only like 1.9. So again, I know I'll be a lot better if I can get up there. But however, this is what I want to suggest to you devs. So, okay, you guys don't want to give us a target off skill, understandable. You really can't look at any of her skills and then it really say a target off. So how about this? Actually, no, you can have this skill be a target off, but that's neither here or there. You can make this skill a target off if you want to. I'm highly suggesting maybe you should do that. But give us a reason to use this skill. Give us a reason to use the air current class. That's all I'm saying. If you guys don't want to go the route of giving us a target off skill, how about giving us a skill that ignores targeting off? This right here is a perfect skill that can allow us to ignore targeting off. That way when we go against an opponent, they're always on their heels. They know if we use this target off skill, we know that she can still hit us through that skill. It might sound OP, but when you have all these other characters that can disable dodge, you have Captain Marvel with her defense downs and her increased damage attacks and like her multiple target offs, and you got Iron Man with his double target offs, and then you got Black Widows running around with 5 to 2 seconds target off quick steps, and then you have their blinds. Like, that seems very minimal of what we have in our kit. We have none of that utility, and it is downright a shame that all these street level characters somehow have all these utility, but a mega level mutant has none of these abilities. So I'm not understanding where's her utility at. The only person on this whole list that's stronger than Storm is Dr.Strange, maybe. If you want to say that, which he's been nerfed here a couple of times, but either here or there, it just makes zero sense how Storm has no utility at all. Another thing I also want to come into here and I want to talk about is, let's do this again. If you guys feel like this is too much to have, then put the ignore targeting on this right here. Or you see how she goes back like that, make that a target off skill. That way you can have people that wants to debate between using this and using this. But that's not it. That's where I stopped there, right? So we have this bubble. For sure we have this bubble. But however, this bubble isn't as viable as people that have actual target off, because when they have their target off, it's doing damage. When they have their target off, it's making them mobile. They're moving when they do it. When we use this bubble, we're stationary. They barely get hit by it. If they get hit by it, that's on their own self. So this is what I want to see for this bubble. If you guys don't want to make us stationary with it, then how about this? If someone gets hit by this bubble, then it's either an instant guard break or it's an instant freeze. I don't think that's too much to ask for from the simple fact that somebody can dodge out of this very quickly. It is so easy to get up out of this. So if you get hit by this, I think there should be a very, very high punishing returns from this. So either make it automatic freeze or make it automatic guard break. Force them to use a dodge, because that's what we need in here. Some more skills that you guys can look into. This skill right here, give it a higher guard break, in my opinion. It needs to be, because we can't. There's zero reason why we have frost, ice, shards all coming down the air. You're trying to tell me it's the medium guard break? No. Yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of these things. Again, already went through it. Heartbreak, highest. Just give all her win skills should really be high to highest, if you ask me. That's one way the route to go. Let's talk about her enhancements now. Honestly, I want to see you guys get rid of these right here. If you guys are not going to buff what the shock does, then just get rid of them, because shock is so useless. So I need you to get rid of these. Maybe change these to, let's say, cooldown and critical rate. Cooldown. See, that's that. And then I understand this when you don't want to trade, but you can very easily change these to cooldown and critical rate, in my humblest opinion. So we're going to move over to the specializations. Now, this right here might be a little controversial upon my Storm players. However, her specs are going. I think her specs are decent. There's one spec that I would change, though. I would come up here and I would change this. Now, I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if it's working as intended. But maybe we could change this right here from breaking cap, and then we can change this from being just strictly deep freeze, and then we can do this cooldown decrease for all skills. I think that should be fair. That's fair enough for us. If you make some of these changes that I'm saying and giving us some more utility on top of giving us a class skill decrease cooldown for every skill in there, I think that's pretty fair for us. Magic has it. I don't know who else has it. Does freaking Iron Man has it? I am not positive on who has it really, but I know for a fact Magic has it. I know for a fact that I know who else has it. But the way everybody else works is Iron Man's, you use that skill on the cooldown, it cools down your other skills. That's the same with Black Widow, right? You use one of her skills and use the espionage device, whatever it is that you use. That cooldown resets everything else on cooldown. So I think we should have something like that where it affects all of our skills, not just, one of our skills. So maybe if you want to change that to, hey, you use one frozen skill, then maybe the next skill is on cooldown. Then that way we can have multiple electrocutioners up. I think as far as all I wanted to talk about when it comes to Storm, those are probably like the main things I just wanted to talk about. It's just, it's just the way that we have Storm built in this game. It feels like she's just very bare bones. Like when you strip the character down to her base, she doesn't have much. Like her skills are so, you look at everybody else's skills and it's like, it looks like almost a bookmark. It looks like a book, you can read it and it's like, oh, look at all what these skills can do, look at what those skills can do. And then you look through ours and it's just like, oh, decrease attack, that sounds cool. Oh, levitation, oh, okay, that sounds cool. Increase stamina recovery, like I don't know about that one, Chief, you know what I mean? It just feels like she needs a lot more than what she has going on. I think she is just a victim of, I just think that right now she is a victim of the game lacking a lot of things, which is why she stands out a lot in PvE. I'll bring up somebody, let's bring up Captain Marvel, right? By heart, by chance, but I can probably look at some of them. For an example, look at this, decreased defense. That's like one of the first ones, and that's crazy that that's the first one that I just opened up right there. Let's look at something else. Not this one. This is the attack I'm talking about, where increased damage recede. We easily could have something like that with the wind ability, anything like that. You know what I mean? This is not hard. I don't see why we couldn't have some of these things that all these other characters have. She has target off right here. She has so many skills that has target off. It's actually ridiculous if you think about it. It should be one more. Oh yeah, here we go right here. This should be another skill I think that has, yep, decreased defense that she has right there. That's 2 skills right there, automatically back to back. So this is beyond me why we're the only people in the game who doesn't have anything that boosts our attack. At least like Dr. Strange has defense pierce increase. We don't even have that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy and I'm just complaining too much, but you guys let me know down below. Are these some good changes for Storm, especially my Storm players? How do you feel about this, right? Because I'm in the mindset of we can just go ahead. If you buff us all around, I don't care if you nerf the bubble build, especially when only like 1% of Storm players can even do the bubble build. So that's where I stand on the character. You guys let me know. Next time I will also be showing a PvE set for you guys. That way you guys can see what I run with PvE. Then we're going to also do with the PvP set as well. Alright everybody, thank you for stopping by. Peace out. We out of here.